switch everything over, and we should be good. Might be a little loud, but I'll go with that and see what it looks like. Hope this comes in soon and lets me know if the audio is off. So where would we leave off? We were... That's a very good question. Where did we leave off? Pick up the airship. Thank you. Okay. We went to town. Apparently did some healing and whatnot, so I think we're okay there. It's just a matter of where we are. Auto attack. That's fine. Let's get this microphone moved. Is it loose? No. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, it's the ship. Okay, so we can enter the interdimensional rift near the castle Tycoon used to be. Okay, so we're supposed to go to the rift next. We have to hurry, it won't be much longer before X-Death is full power. Gina said we had the power to fight and win. We'll need the 12 legendary weapons first. They're sealed castle. Sealed castle. There's no time to waste. Okay. But we have an airship. Oh yeah. Ah, okay. It said none could control the infinite power of the void. Pathetic fools. Ooh. Power of the void, heed my call, reveal your true form. Go forth and destroy everything. Show how absolute your power really is. Not good. Definitely not good. What's he gonna do? Eat all the towns? Or all the people, I guess. All the towns are being sucked into the void. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Tell them to stop, back to work. There goes the logs. We have the airship, but there's no towns. I'm supposed to be clearing for supplies. It's awful. Yeah, no kidding. Even a tiny place like Licks. How can anyone do such a thing? Problem. Alright. Where are we going so quickly? Is it time travel? Trying to 88 frames a second or something? villagers have no giving. Yay. Alright, so what's left? So not all the towns are gone. Only some of the towns are gone. So let's take a look at some of the towns that are left. You have nothing. You have nothing. You have nothing. Nothing of value from you. So this town has nothing of value. I guarantee you that. So I want to use the bed. I mean, I can use it for items, I guess. But alright, let's just kind of go through the list of places here. Oh, I can't land in the desert. But it can land here. No, it can't land there. Okay, so that town's gone. There's a cave there. Don't care about that. So that town still exists. Castle exists, but the library is gone. Let's see here. That town exists. That mountain exists. This town here exists. Which town is this? I don't know which town this is. Oh, it's the wolf town. Not that they're going to have anything of value. I mean, it's good though. That way it's here, but I think it's here. Oh yeah, this guy. I think it's the same boat as the other one. Everything that's here's value is going to be way less. Yes. Yeah, nothing to value there. Let's get value. Oh, this is black. Nothing to value in this town. Nope, I don't care about that. At least we can get around. Alright, down here we have... Which castle is this? Oh. Alright. Might be something in oh. Call. Now I don't remember if Chocobo would have had anything of value. To be honest. It's one of those towns that I stopped in for like 2 seconds, grabbed stuff and left. Yeah. Nothing of value. But the gear's not the same. Yeah, it's got overkillers and stuff, but this is all below us. There's nothing of value here either. Alright. I think do the sun rays real quick. And for you... Aren't intense. Thanks. Yeah, how did that buy a favorite? Don't make sense. Oh wait, the piano. I don't know if I've done this piano. Ready? Yeah, I raised that piano. Okay. Now let me see here. Looking like it. Right now we're trying to. You have to get the mythical weapons and then go for broke, I guess. How are you doing tonight, Seraph? Okay. Trying to figure out where we are, what we got left. Crescent. Okay, so Crescent isn't going to have anything we need in it. But that looks like the Tower of Water. Let me go save real quick. Where we are. Because I'm not sure where we are. I played a lot of Final Fantasy X. Well, Final Fantasy X, I think was a fun first playthrough game. Fork Tower. Fork Tower. Oh. Apparently it doesn't want me to come in. Okay. Because much damage I didn't get. Yeah, you have to, in all the Final Fantasy games, you have to know your boss. And you have to kind of know what you need. In this case, we're going after the legendary weapons. That's pretty much the best way to deal with that. Is this the shield tower? Kuza. Yes, okay, that's Kuza. That's where we actually have to go. I'm not going to Kuza yet. Over here. That's the Chocobo. That's Oko. Town. Which one is this? The Wind Shrine. Okay. I do damage because I got down to like 20k health. Ah! Yeah, the bosses in that game are really rough, if memory serves. But they are doable. They're not impossible. Typically, you just have to grind more cores, in that one's case, in order to get yourself up. In this game, the biggest thing you need to worry about is having your jobs leveled up. And that's the big trick in this game. Here we go. Check. Not really. I didn't struggle with anyone. Jet's the only one I struggled with. And Safety Guard. That's good. If you only struggle with Jet, you'll be fine. That's usually a good sign. Armor. Let me check it out. Magic. Alright. So, pretty sure this castle is clear. What's difficult about him is two pillars give him. Yeah, exactly. You have to kind of kill off all of his support before you can actually do significant damage to him. Now, is there anywhere else I can go besides that one castle? It's gonna have anything of value in it. I don't think so. I really don't. Now, what's this? The Island Shrine. I don't know if I can get in here yet. I don't think I can. I think I have to. Oh. It's a fight. Thank you. Sorry about that. Can't steal, okay? I am doing fine, actually. We're just working our way through the last part of the third world, where they merge the worlds back together. So we're kind of like just trying to clear that out real quick. And there's that fight. Use the book to open it. The Island Shrine, kissed by the wind. Tower sounds. Ooh, nice. Open. Alright, so now we can get into this shrine. Now I just need to go through it. Let's see what we got. Oh man, I want to know where we're going. Sure. Ow! Ow. The boss in this game is higher than anything I ever thought. Oh, yeah, no. Final Fantasy V can have a rough boss. The X-Death fight and then the Void fight. We've got the Void check. It can be rough. It is definitely a challenge fight. However, because we actually have an idea what we're doing, it's not too bad. Yeah, I don't expect to breeze through the fight on the first try. No! I thought I was going to finish on the first try. Yeah, the Hermes Sandals and the Four Samurais is definitely an approach that works for Neo X Death, but you don't need it, honestly. You can do it with that. I think the first time I cleared this game, I didn't use the samurai at all. I might have leveled it up in a grind fest, but that was about it. I think I actually used it at all in the last fight. It can be rough. The last fight's definitely a challenge. However, the best way to do the last fight is to max out all your classes. Not do that, but max out all your jobs. And then, actually, I want to do this. And then get the last job that you get from the water temple. That's what you really want to do. You don't really want to sit there and try and do it without the last job. Because the last job is actually the most powerful job in the game. Favorite fight in 10 is Seymour. Seymour was pretty cool. I kind of liked Seymour's fight. It was definitely a challenge. But it wasn't one of those that was, like, brutal. Sin's rough, but I think, from Chrono Trigger, I think that, Lagos was actually harder than Sin was. To be honest. I think the Lagos fight was harder than Sin. Got him first try because of reflection. Yeah. You just gotta know the strategy. You can beat the game with any class. Yes, that's true. As long as you know what you need for support, you're fine. That's the trick. You just need to know what you need for support. As long as you get the right spells on hand, you're fine. Like, you need flip. You need heals. You need, certain damage attacks or whatever. That was actually worth a bunch of stuff. Contained Rising Sun. What was Rising Sun? Oh, that's the boomerang. See if you can use that. I wonder if it's gonna be good. Oh, the crystal armor. Oh, I need those jobs quick. Oh, that helps. And I need flare health, that's it. Pretty much. I didn't think I have flare. Did I ever get flare? No, I didn't go to that. I didn't go through the effort of getting flare from that one guy. I probably should go back and get it if I can. Yeah, my flare. That might be a problem. Where's flare over here? Hold on. Flare from over here? No. Looks like I have flash. It doesn't look like I have flare. That could be an issue. Magic points. It'll be okay. I know I need flare. The mistakes I made in 5 was not doing 2 summers and double cast because 4 Bahamas each turn would have done one. Yes. Dual casting Bahamas is definitely a brutal effect. I don't know if it's the best strategy, but it is effective. So there's a chest on the right side, there's a chest on the left side. Okay, I see. Ew. Oh no. We'll kill it. There we go. Flare would be good. I dual cast flares, which is one of the spells that is really effective. But I'm gonna go with whatever we have. And I will figure it out based on what I have available. Though I am planning on getting Bahamut as backup. There we go. Everybody, oh, golden needle. Bloody bugger. Fine. You attack. White magic. This has got a lot of hit points. This has got a ton of hit points. Yeah, I expected 4 Berserkers to be able to do it. That just seems like a... 4 Berserkers with the right weapons would work really well. I don't think you can use the death size on the last boss, though. So... yeah, okay, we'll go on. I can do this over here, but... you do that, you do that, you do that. Jesus, that hurt. Jesus, that hurt. Oh, great. We don't want to sleep. That's not good. And I'm pretty sure that, as long as you have the right sub-job abilities picked up, I don't think there's any class that can't beat it. Center. Let's look at that stupid bird again. I'll be okay. That took a lot of health. After this, check out backlogs. Single job challenges. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Every Final Fantasy game has like a single job challenge. And single job challenges are always entertaining. I haven't done anything like that in ages. It's been a long time since I've done a single job challenge or done a specific challenge run on a game. I mean, they're protecting, cool. I do challenge runs occasionally for certain games. That's a problem. Abilities. Can she do anything other than white magic? She doesn't have mug, does she? Smoke, image, throw. No, she doesn't have steel or mug. So that's not useful. Fine, I guess I'll put on learn. Now change her from time to healing magic. Anyway, 6 beat in 15 minutes. Apparently, relevant sets are broken. You can speed run. I don't know, you can do 6 in 15 minutes. I didn't realize it was that you could break it that way. And I haven't looked at a lot of like the glitch runs in a while for the Final Fantasy games. I was never a fan of doing glitch runs. I think they're cool, but I was never a fan of them. Yeah, no. I know they're out there, but I just never cared for them. Oh. Wait, we got a crystal helm. That's not gonna be able to be on anybody I've got. Oh no, it's on her. Okay. Okay, cool. Thought that could go to somebody. Alright, let's go down and use a cabin real quick. Go down 53 times. And remember at the game events code, you can teleport to any. Yeah. Now that memory glitch only works on certain versions of the game though. Old's bad. Things are slow. And they don't hit us. Tell that to them. Lord, level 2 old. I didn't know I didn't know old. Thanks, I guess. Thanks for giving me old. Cat itch, please. Yeah, you have to, like I said, whenever you're doing glitch runs, you have to make sure you have the right version, and you also have to make sure you're using the right setup. So, like, some games are glitchable, but only if you're on native hardware, because what creates the glitch isn't in emulation software, because the emulation software actually fixed the bug that causes you to be able to do some of the glitches. So you gotta remember, not only does it have to be the right version of the game, but sometimes it has to be on the correct hardware or emulation software. There's a lot of that kind of stuff too. Yeah, I don't do speed runs. I don't do challenge runs, I don't do speed runs. Not that I can't, I've done them before. Let's see, what have I done in the past with, not streaming yet. I have done, Legend of Zelda, Chrysalis. What's behind this? There's a hidden pathway behind this. But I haven't done any, like, Final Fantasy games. Ah! That was a troll! There's a hidden thing there, but it's a troll. Oh! That's the first time they've actually trolled you with the thief ability. That's new. was not expecting a troll. That was not expected. FF2 is a Java glitch where your character can do the... Well, FF2, I'm assuming you're talking about the actual Final Fantasy 2, is, how should we say, a very unique Final Fantasy. It really is very unique. It kind of does its own thing. So, there is that. White magic? Yep. It's got a lot of glitches. If you go to the actual NES version of Final Fantasy 2, there's a lot of glitches in that game. There's a glitch that I'm aware of that actually allows you to max out any ability or job or class in like, what is it, 10 minutes or less? And you can max your characters out if you use the right glitch. And then you use that with the item glitches. It's woo, there's some rough ones in that game, especially the original Japanese NES version. A lot of those things have been fixed in the Pixel remasters or in the later releases. Like if you get Origins, it doesn't have that bug in it. You can't do the level up bug, and you can't do, I think the item damage bug is still there. But I don't think the level duplication bug is in there. Honestly, there's enough people out there that do them. I can look it up. Any of those glitch runs or bug runs or whatever, there are dozens of streamers that do them. There's tons of wikis. So that's not how it's supposed to go, guys. And what's over there? That seems to be fine. There we go. Just kick them all in the butt. I need a cure. You need the mug, you need Spellblade, you need the white yourself, and we're good to go. I have Bloody Bugger, not Doom. Ugh. Alright. Let's pay attention. Fine, get rid of this. Get rid of this guy. I need to get rid of one of these guys real quick. That instant death magic is gonna drive me nuts. Alright, Phoenix. White magic. Raise. Pick him up. There we go. Don't you even? Now I will use glitches. I use time skips and I use glitches and whatnot when I'm doing certain types of gameplays. When I'm streaming a game, I tend not to. But when I'm not streaming, different story. Avis Killer is a bow. Beast Killer is a whip. I don't know if it's actually really that effective. As I'm doing any classes that use them at the moment. But yeah, no, when I'm streaming, I don't do any glitch runs when I'm streaming. It's one of those things that I hold clean gameplay way more important than just beating it. Now, to be fair, there was a time in my past when I used to stream myself doing speedruns of certain games. And that was fun for a while. But I also realized I couldn't interact with chat when I was doing it because I was so focused on every second of everything. It wasn't fun. The scripted slime in 10. Can we beat with Lulu? That's funny. Well, in 10 though, anybody can be anything. You don't have to, I mean, Lulu's not the only one that can do it. I mean, anybody can do it at 10. Now, granted, there are some characters that are easier than others, because you have to go all the way around the whole map in order to get to Lulu's tree. But, anybody can learn Lulu's spells and stuff. It's not impossible. You just have to know where you want to be. 10 is one of those that if you don't know the chart, it's really hard. You gotta really know the chart and really know where you want to be in order to be able to finish 10 in a way you want to finish 10. If you're looking for a specific way of doing something. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's one of those set fights at the beginning of the game. Oh, there's Cat. Not bad. Give me a kicker. Alley-oop. I'm gonna kill it with counterattacks. Holy water. Okay. Items. If you farm tires. Huh. Yeah, counterattack is probably one of the best abilities in this game. Of course. Fine. Well, that explains the two side doors. Alright, fine, you little bugger. I see how this is gonna be. This is gonna take a while. Yeah, counterattack in this game is good. In my opinion, the most stable offensive ability is definitely the unarmed combat in this game. It's not always the best choice, but it is the most stable offense. Because it pretty much guarantees 2 hits of a very brutal attack. Oh, that's not one. I can't wait to see Emerald and Ruby. I don't care about the remake. Honestly, I don't care. The Final Fantasy VII remake, I've seen people play it. Not interested. Now, you want a real challenge? Go beat Final Fantasy VII, North American version, and kill all of the weapons, but do it in the original time limits. Don't get the items so you can bypass time limits. That's a challenge. That's tough. I've done it. That's a real challenge. A lot of the people who play like remakes, like, oh my god, this game's so easy, or they'll play it's like super easy or whatever. It's like, it's not. It didn't used to be easy. It's a really tough game when it was actually when it was in the original design configuration. Unfortunately, because anymore, a lot of younger gamers drive me nuts. But a lot of these younger gamers, it's either got to be a Souls hard game, or it's got to be a pansy game, where everything's like stupid easy, just give it to you. Well, this fight is gonna get real old real quick. I'm not complaining if it's a good experience, a good idea. It's just a long fight. I think the first time I beat Final Fantasy VII, I did all the weapons. I didn't know that you could negate the 20-minute timer with an item. Didn't know. I figured it out. I made it work. Wrong character. I forgot to move my heel around. Hold on. There we go. Here's my strategy on Emerald. Vincent in Alt 3. Tifa doing potions. Cloud doing Cloud. Pretty much everybody does it. Cloud doing Cloud. Anyway. Do that. I really want to do another heal. Yeah, Cloud just does Cloud. I like Vincent. Vincent was a good character. He was easier to get in the North American release than he was in the original Japanese release. But it is what it is. I know I've cleared it on the original game. But I don't know how long it took me. It's been so many years since I played it. Couldn't tell you. Not with any honesty, anyway. Okay, there's an ether. Okay. Of course. Don't try it. Don't try this at home, kids. Someone will try and kill you. Ow! There we go. The Ruby and Dozers and Master Summon Kings. Huh? If you just... I mean, I actually went through Diamond Armlet. Diamond Armlet? Really? Oh, I have Diamond Armlet, okay. Never mind. The day. I wish with the thief line you could see the drop traps. I think I have somebody I can use on to... Never mind, she's back. Enemies I hate the most in any Final Fantasy is Tomberry. Honestly, Tomberry's not that bad. He just got a million hit points. You know, he's just got a bunch of hit points. He's not really that hard of a character. As long as you can revive. The one that is the most problematic isn't Tomberry. It's actually Mulbrow. That boy is the hardest character to beat. Because when you run into him, you almost never have either the spells or the items to be able to negate all the effects that his bad breath does. And if it starts a bad breath chain attack, you are done. Just done. You'll never get out of it. It's a mess. However, this game doesn't have armor. That. I'll resurrect her in a second. I don't care if they turn old. They can turn old all they want. It depends on the game. In some games, Ribbon is a full, in some games, Ribbon is a full counter against all status effects. In other games, it's not. Like in this one here, Ribbon, let me find it. Where's the standard Ribbon headgear? Headband, Ribbon, here it is. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Ribbon. Yeah, Ribbon prevents most status effects, but it's not as effective as you'd think. There's a bunch of effects that it doesn't affect that will just wipe you out. Some of the games, yeah, I said, some things, it's a full counter to all status or nearly all status. Really? That really isn't that useful an item. Alright. It's fine. I'm going down. That's not what I need right now. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Kill the mage. White magic. Raise. Yes. Attack. Trying not to use my items if I can. I need her up, thank you. Sleeping time. It's sad when I use a Phoenix down, I get more health than when I use a Raise on a character. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But I was in 10 because you can't do all the stats effects immunities on every character. Exactly. Exactly. You have to use Asuna or remedies. It's the only way to counteract it in 10. You have to have a bunch of it. You have to have. Are you able to cast Asuna? Or you have to have a bunch of remedies in hand. You have to have it. But here's the thing though. It's available. Something that, that's the important part, is that before you go into a mall, in an area that's got a Marlboro on it, so once they show up, because not in every game. Lena got level 6 monk. She's not mastered yet, is she? No, she's on a level. Okay. They always have a shop that sells remedy. That's usually your clue that you're going to be facing something like a Marlboro or some other high status effect monster for the first time. Is the shops will all of a sudden start carrying remedies. You'll say to yourself, oh look, that's cool, that's nice, I don't have to carry all these other items anymore. But it just comes up and does the, yeah, right, you're done. Yeah, no. Usually ribbons is your best bet if you're dealing with those types of creatures, and I forgot to resurrect her butt. Ugh. She's gonna drive me nuts today. Like freaking time mage. What's everybody's ability again? He's got one. Okay. I just want to keep my mug. Just the mug I got. Do them in 10. Yeah, there's different ways to handle it. You just have to know your opponent. And just go with it. As long as you know what you're doing, you're fine. It's in it. That's any game. It's in this style. That is a bad thing. No! Alright. Hold on. This is gonna be annoying. That was close. She only used return. She didn't use teleport. That could have been really bad. I forgot I have time mage on, which means she can screw us over. No, it's just the fact that we're trying to do a no run. It's kind of an important thing because we have the sword that is only strong when you're not running. It's one of the strongest items in the game. But you can't run to keep it that way. It's the kind of thing to keep in mind. Just not using it at the moment doesn't mean, you know, we don't have it. But it's just the idea. You kind of don't want to do that. So I want to go this way. Just a heal. That's helpful. That's lucky. That's good. She gonna survive it? I'm surprised she survived that. I'll be honest. I expect her to die there. Breathe. Breathe. Oh, that's bad. Wrong attacks. These are the wrong attacks. Thought that I really needed to heal, but I'll take it. Thank you. There we go. Come on, baby. Just die. And that should kill off the last one. Okay. Confuse isn't too bad. It's just... it's annoying when you make silly mistakes. Alright. Thank you. Item, use a cottage. Make sure my stuff floating. Magic, white, time age. Come here, right, floating. Save, 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 save. And then move on to the next room. Yeah. You can cast flare. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I think that returns taking buffs away. Well, yeah, because it starts with being in the fight. So what did you have when you came into the fight? Which is normal. Alright. Okay. I was excited by the thought of what the Warriors could have made it this far, but you're just a bunch of toddlers, really. Sorry, babies, I'm not sending you to your graves. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's get ourselves some speed. Oh no, wait. Right. That didn't work. What am I fighting? No, they're just, they can attack. Damn it, okay. They can do damage, it's just, it's not great. Not high probabilities. It's fine. I got a heal coming. If I can get to it. Alright, protect that. Alright, so let's do it this way. It moves. I forgot about that. It is quite annoying. Really? Do that. Kick. Kick. White mage. Give me a heal. And he dies because I can't get to a heal fast enough. Now, the problem with this fight is the stupid constant 4 frosts every round, which takes, 1k of your health. I'm just gonna let Bark live this fight out. Until I can get rid of at least one of them. It's the easiest way to do this. Just going for one of them to die. And somebody just died. Why didn't she... It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I can deal with it. actually do item, Phoenix down her, item, honey potion her. I'd rather do the other way around, but you know. Alright, you white magic. Heal, kick. I think we'll be okay. We should be okay at this point. I hope. I just have to get rid of one of these guys. That's the trick. Just gotta get rid of one. But since it moves around, it sucks. Nope. I just gotta hope the magic holds out. It wouldn't matter anyway. Without two healers, it wouldn't matter. Oh, what's down? Sweet. There they go. Kill them all at once. Jeez. Gerard, Ultima Flare. Well, yeah, but that's like the high-end stuff. Let's be realistic. Of course they're their favorite spells. They're the most powerful ones. Okay, the Gate of Fork Tower, resting place of the strongest white and black spells, has opened. Yay! Okay. There's something written on the tablet. Fork Tower, the strongest of magics lie. If the two towers are not sealed and both spells removed in unison, both shall be destroyed, and the tower rent asunder. Sure. Yeah, Faraga, another favorite spell of mine is fire. Yeah, fire's usually a good element. Oh no. It tends to be the most useful of all of them. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, now we need to change jobs on her because she has mastered hers. She needs a new job. What do I want her to master next? Let's do Summoner. problem we have with doing summoner is our white mage. It's fine, I don't need time magic. I think that's fine. Yeah, consistently in most Final Fantasy games, the fire attribute is the least immune, and it's the highest weakness. So, it's usually reliable. This way. Ow. Ow. Actually. She needs to heal herself. Anyway, back into the right mode here. Mug. Oh, wait. I take that back. I missed that one. She mastered hers, too. Okay. That's fine. So what is she going after next? Brutally honest? Let's do some harassment. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You? I know. Really? It's the air knife? Huh? I guess it is. Okay. I didn't realize the air knife was better than the heavy lance. Okay. Sure. Whatever floats your boat. You're gonna be brutal no matter how I equip you. No matter how I equip it, it's gonna be brutal. That's just the way it is. And this is actually a pretty decent place to do some level grinding. It's not the best, but it's decent. I don't say that. Alright, now let's see here. There. There are better places in this game, but it's not bad. Like job grinding. There's like one or two places that are fantastic for job grinds. Okay, here we go. Now, there is, I think, a chest I don't have yet. Yeah, it's that one over there. But to get to that one, I need to go back to the beginning, I believe. And then go around the other way. See what Bahamut Leviathan? Bloody bugger! It did it again. It's such a touchy thing in this game. So touchy. Honestly, I think my favorite summons were actually from Final Fantasy VII. That's the Bahamut series. Yeah, Bahamut Zero, and Neo Bahamut. I think those are my favorite ones from that game. Well, someone just died. I didn't have a chance to recover. It's fine. And of course, the wet mage died. And they kicked the bucket. So that was helpful. Okay. Go to this last chest. Yeah, I've always a fan of the Bahamut series. That's not useful. I don't need cash. I'll say this now. I don't need the cash. It's just, I don't need it. Hold on. She's not gonna be dead when I kill the fight. Okay. Oh, she's north though. Protect. Angel gauntlets. I don't know why she's being affected more now all of a sudden. Shiva's outfit? From which game? Because she's got a different outfit in every game. Some are better than others. Alright, so that's done. What's this castle? I want to go out to 7 and 10. Sugat Castle. Let's go this way. Yes. There we go. Now, need to reload some high potions and Phoenix Stones. There we go. Not a fan of not having a lot of Phoenix Stones. Yeah, 10 actually looks really good. Is there anything else in this castle of value? I don't think so. I don't think this castle has anything else of value. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else in this castle. For a cottage. Okay, so there was something that I missed in this castle. I guess that's a thing. I am not doing jack squat for Christmas. I am home, and that's it. I'm on vacation, but that's about it. I'm off for a while. So, I plan to be spending most of my 2-week vacation. I don't know what I'm going to be playing. Because that depends on my mood, I guess. Nope, staying home. I have no need to visit anybody. Everybody I would go visit, I see normally anyway, so. go get food, have fun, be done with that. This is the castle I want. Ball. Yes, this is the one I want. I'm going to do some cheeky stuff tonight. We're going to change all of our abilities. Ba 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 ba. Hi. Time to level. Let's do some leveling. This is cheesy leveling. 101. They are stupidly fast fights. You get tons of AP. You almost always come in first, and they do not resist death. Yep, back to level farming. In this case, we're job farming. We're farming AP. I'm doing some AP farming. Because our fights are going to get tougher as we go forward. And I don't want to be stuck behind low level walls on skills. So it's not a big deal. I said, I love the job system. The job system in Box is leveled. The job system in the Final Fantasy games is only used in a few games. It's used in 3, 5, both MMOs, of course. And then I think that's it. I think it's just those. I think it's just 3, 5 in the MMOs. The reason they abandoned that, or don't use it, I should say, is because they wanted each character to be unique. And in order for them to stay unique, they had to have their own abilities. Now, there's advantages to having a job system. Because with a job system, I can try different techniques, I can try different combinations of characters, I can do a lot of challenge stuff. Like, beat the game with just using casters, or beat the game using no healing spells at all, and only using items for healing, or what have you. You can do that kind of stuff with a job system. It's a lot harder to do that with standard characters and a single archetype because, well, as an example, in Final Fantasy X, if you play no magic spells, you basically can't use Lulu. You just can't. You gotta level her up without using her. And then she's weak, and she's actually really weak when you branch out of her tree. Unless you hop her over to the healer tree, then she's okay. But she can't do like the standard damage, so she's useless. They can't use her at all. She's just a wasted character slot. But the archetypes also give you the ability to have story arcs. For example, if you look at Final Fantasy IV, which we played a couple months ago, having archetypes allows you to have a character like Cecil develop as his Black Knight self, as his Dark Knight, and then become a paladin and develop his story as a paladin. You know, it allowed him to grow because he could change jobs. It becomes a story point. That's actually really useful. Or it's poorly used in some cases. Like when you're dealing with 10 and the blitzball thing. And, you know, that's his weapon as a blitzball. It's like, okay. Well, 5 does the job system better because they actually had time to figure out what they wanted to do with jobs. Keep in mind, when they did 3, you only had the original jobs. Yeah, the original like 6 jobs plus Onion Knight. That was it. I think they had advanced jobs, but the advanced jobs were meaningless anyway. They didn't actually add any value. It was just a model change. Yeah, it wasn't really a thing of any value. Just a change in the character sprite. Didn't matter. So, you know, take that with what you will. But aside from that, you know, there really wasn't much to it when they did 3. They were just trying out different ideas. Because they weren't sure of, because everybody at the time was doing fixed jobs, or fixed weapons and gear. It was standard, and they wanted to see if the audience wanted choice. So we got Final Fantasy II, where you could choose any weapon or spell you wanted. Not a big deal, except the fact that basically all you ended up doing in Final Fantasy II was grinding right outside the first town until you maxed everything out, and then cakewalked the rest of the game. It really wasn't. Final Fantasy II is an extraordinarily boring game when you take into consideration how easy it is to do everything. But 5 took every job that they'd come up with up to this point, and because you figure 4 had a bunch of jobs in it with all the different characters. They had a bunch of different jobs, and then they added a few more to fill out the list of jobs that they wanted. Like you have the chemist and the geomancer. As an example, best of my knowledge, the knight, monk, thief, these show up often. The dragoon shows up often. Ninja almost never shows up, but does show up. Samurai I don't think shows up again. Berserker, I think, shows up in one or two of the other games. Ranger does show up. Mystic Knight, I think, just falls off the face of the earth. Summoner falls off the face of the earth as an exclusive class. Same with the Time Mage. These two just disappear. The characters just, let's give it to the White Mage or the Black Mage. Blue Mage, some of the games have it, but it's never really good. Beastmaster, I don't think ever comes back. Alchemist doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't come back. Geomancer doesn't come back. Bard, I think, is in a couple of games. Same with Dancer. But, again, most of them, they just fall off the face of the earth. Or they could have been any class. You know, like, Dancer is just a thief with 2 swords. Yeah, it really wasn't worth, it's like, a lot of times it's not worth much. The materia. Yeah, the materia from 7 was actually well thought out. Because it kept all the characters unique, but also allowed them to have the abilities that you needed them to have. That's why I also liked the ability steal from Final Fantasy 8. I thought 8 was really good in that respect because you had to steal spells. You steal all your spells and your magic and your single-use abilities from your opponents. But you also, like the material thing, you linked it to your characters so that you would have bonuses. And if you did it right, then all 6 of your characters would basically have every spell maxed at 100. And you never actually use spells in Final Fantasy 8. But like the materia, you'd be able to mix and match which abilities you wanted on the characters depending on where you were going. And it was just really great. Okay, that is a fallacy, and I hate that people bring that up. Final Fantasy VIII, yes, it is matching levels. But the low level thing is the only way to beat the game is an absolute fallacy. The first time I beat that game, I actually was max level. And I beat the game. No problems. Second time I beat that game, I was in the 50s. Beat the game, no problem. Why? Because I understood how the game worked. I didn't have to try and do the low-level exploit thing, because that's what a wimp does. Somebody who doesn't know what they're doing with that game will say it's only possible if you stay under level 10. And it's not true. You just gotta know how the system works. You gotta know what you're doing, and you gotta know how to link. If you link poorly, it won't work for you. You'll fail and I'm dying. Well, you're not linking correctly. If you link correctly, it doesn't matter what your level is. The game plays the same all the way through. Whether you're level 8 or level 50. Or max level, I think it's level 60, something like that. It really, it doesn't matter. In Final Fantasy VIII, the best way to play 8 is every single fight, you always do a scan and a draw. Every fight. You do not clear a fight until you have every ability of your opponents drawn. And for each of your characters, when you maxed out your draw, say you draw heal, or cure, okay? You find the best stat in each character for a cure, or for fire, or for Firaga, or whatever spell you've picked up, okay? You find the best stat boost for each of your stats. The problem most people run into is they don't understand that all 6 characters need different abilities in different spots to be maxed. That's where they fail. Exactly. If you don't actually research each character and each ability, you can't actually finish Final Fantasy VIII above a certain level. The min-maxing is the only way to do it if you don't actually spend the time to learn which abilities go to which slots on which characters. Slotting everybody with, flair in the same position isn't necessarily the best idea. Because each character has their own strengths and weaknesses. It's not just you. Everybody does it. Everybody thinks that, you just slot the best abilities on the same characters in the same way, and it works, and that's where you win. No, it's actually not that way. I know, it's weird, it's silly, that's just the way the brain works. But once you figure out, which characters to use, and what abilities to slot to them, the game's cakewalk. It really isn't hard. I just thought it was level because damage is not enough. Well, but something you have to understand, something you really have to understand with it though, is it is based on level. The opponents you're fighting in Final Fantasy VIII are the same level as the character. Bosses are +1. Oop, that's wrong. So minions are the same level as your characters. No, right, you go. Bosses are +1. Epic bosses are +5 on your levels. So when you take into consideration that's how it works, then it doesn't really matter what you are. The only reason that they say, it's easier to beat the game at low level is because they have lower hit points. And some of the spells aren't based on level, they're based on themselves, like Flare. Flare's an example. Flare does the same damage whether you're level 1 or you're level 100. Doesn't matter what your level is. It's always going to do a certain amount of damage. So, because of that, if you're low level, you don't have to use as many spells because their level is lower, so they have less hit points. So instead of having 50,000 hit points, it may have 5 or 10 because you're low level, because it's bound to your level. That's why they say the only way to play the game is by having your levels maxed. Is not having levels maxed, is having it at the lowest level possible, because it means that hit points are lower. Most Final Fantasy games are the reverse, where you have to basically max out your level in order to stand a chance in a lot of the fights. That one is the reverse. Let's see here. I don't want her to work on. Let's do summer. Let's actually max out summer. So you just, like I said, anytime you're dealing with a unique system, you just have to understand the system. It's the same thing with like Final Fantasy II, where you had the where you use a weapon or a spell until it maxes out. It's the same thing. Once you learn the system, I mean, basically in the end, if you're actually smart about it, you just give everybody bloody axes. You give everybody 2 axes and call it a freaking day. In Final Fantasy II. Just give everybody 2 axes and tell them to go have fun. Actually, magic in Final Fantasy II is OP, believe it or not. it's just as OP as weapons are. It's just slower to level up. But once you level it up, nah, it's just as devastating. The only problem with magic versus weapons is you gotta level up every single spell. So you've gotta level up your fire, you gotta level up your lightning, you gotta level up your bio and all that jazz. And that's what takes forever. Ultima max level does... Yeah. And you do have to worry about that too, but... You just gotta know what skills to max out. You just level up. 2 is just super easy, super boring in my opinion. I think it was a cool idea, but I think the execution was bad. I think that's the problem. The story wasn't bad either. The story was actually pretty decent. But, yeah, no, she was okay. Once I realized how to play 2, I was like, this is a boring game. It wasn't fun. But... I like 6's story. Some of the characters in 6 are great, and the storytelling elements, they really mastered by the time they got to 6, and they basically just dropped the ball after that. It's funny. 4, 5, and 6 had fantastic storytelling elements. 7 and 8, the storytelling wasn't great. And I don't remember playing 9. I have it. I have multiple copies of 8, of 9, but I haven't got around to playing 9. And I understand that 9 actually goes back to telling a decent story. But then you get to 10, the story's like repetitive garbage. You know, in my opinion. The story in 10 is like they tried to mix Chrono Trigger with like Final Fantasy 8 and failed at both. Visually, 10 is amazing. Story-wise, 10 is terrible. It's a very boring and annoying story that they just failed. 9 is one that's on my list of games to play. I haven't decided if I'm going to do 9 before or after I do 6. But I have decided I am not playing 7, 8, 2, or 3. Or maybe 2. Maybe 3 rather, not 2. I'm not doing 2. But 2, 7, and 8, I have no intentions of playing those. Just done. And 10. 10's done. I'm not doing 10. And I own 12 and 13, but I'll probably never play them. Talk about Chutney's and yeah, no, if I want to play that game, if I want to play that storyline, I'll just go play Chrono Trigger and play the better version. So I do want to play Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, the remakes of those, which I'm terrible about. I do want to go play those at some point. So that's on my list to play for JRPGs, but we'll see. Yeah, which version are you playing? Are you playing the classic, the update, or Dreamers? Because there's 3 different versions of that game. Most people don't realize they actually did an updated version of it. On the Xbox One, so... Check the name. It's probably Dreamers. It's probably Dreamers. Dreamers is the one they just released recently. Wrath of Dreamers, that's it. That's the remake. That's the one that's actually on my list to play. That's on my list. I'm actually thinking because I own all three of them now. I'm thinking I might go play Rhapsody, which is actually a good game. Though most people can't get past like the first hour of that game because it's cutesy, it's girly, and the combat system is more like tactics, and the audio is kind of annoying because it really only has like one main song theme that they use, which is her horn. And in the first hour, you kind of get sick of that one song. But it's a good game. It's a good story. I just haven't played it in ages. Beat 10 and 2 and an X2 first. Yeah, I get that. X2 wasn't bad. X2 wasn't too bad. I got 10 and 10 2 for $20. No problem. Nice. Holiday sales are a crazy thing. I love them. I just have too many games. I have more than I care to count. I think my Steam library is over 500 games now. My Epic library is like 300 games. My mixed other libraries is about 200-300 games. PlayStation is probably 500 games or more. Most of those are like from the PlayStation Plus program. But still, I have a lot. A lot. And I probably have 40 or so from the PS1 and probably 100 or so from PS2 having physical. I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, the one thing about, as I said, Final Fantasy VIII, you've got to, you gotta look at every stat for every character individually. You just can't say, oh, this is the best one, because that is not. Because I think the way it works out is like one character gets a little more magic if you give them like a lightning spell versus the fire spell. And somebody else gets a little more from fire. And one of the characters gets a little more from using cure. Yeah, it's like... But it's only like a couple points, but that couple points makes a difference. You just gotta look at all the spells and see. The first, I don't know. Till you get past the first, like, second or third blocks, when you start getting into the Ras and Gas, that's when you start noticing everybody's stat differences. You just have to, you know, take your time and study the system a little better. Just like the materia system, you just have to learn it. It's always the fun part, is learning. was thinking about maxing out Squall and letting him carry. That's not a good choice. If you only have one character maxed out, your other characters are really far behind. And remember, because it's the level of your party, the highest level in your party. So if you max Squall out, let's say you use that dinosaur fight in the beginning of the game that you can replay to max him out, he'll be level 99, but everybody else is level 2. And you'll be fighting level 99s. That's what a lot of people make the mistake on. It's the highest level in your party. It is the average level in your party. All your other characters are so low level that they just fail miserably. And if you don't get all your spells right off the bat, don't worry too much about it, because you don't start with all 6 characters. You kind of build up over time. So, but they give you the opportunity later on to fill out everybody's stuff. So it's not too bad. Bart is done. Alright, Bart, what you got next? Rangers are fast level. She's halfway, she's halfway. He's getting close. Yeah, getting their stats maxed with the correct gear is important. You're done. Who else has got death magic? Out of 2. Square max Squall stats, keep him at level 38. Have him carry. No, because your stats don't matter. Your stats don't affect the fights. So if you have everybody's stats maxed, it really doesn't matter. But if you have one character that's like 38 and everybody else is like level, I don't know, let's say 20, you have a really rough time because your character levels are out of balance. So you gotta make sure everybody's levels are close, and their stats are as high as you can make it for all of them. Otherwise, you'll get past it down. And when you play done, you get to Ultimus, yeah, you're just not gonna make it if you don't have your stats maxed. You want your stats maxed, you just don't want your level. You just don't say want your level out of balance. I have one character with magic left. Yeah. So I still have like 6 deaths, which works for me. It's my fault for making the game, because I went through most of the game with Shiva spam. It's not a bad choice, but if you're not drawing every monster, every spell from every monster, then you're not going to have the stats to be able to survive summon spam. Honestly, first time I beat the game, I didn't realize that your level mattered. It wasn't until I read a guide that, because I'm like my second playthrough, because I was trying to get, was it all the summons, I think it was? I think it was going for all summons. Like all summons and all bonus bosses. And the guy mentions like, hey, you know, if you keep your levels low, it makes the fights easier. Didn't even know it. Because I played 8, the way I played 8 was the same way I played every other Final Fantasy. Highest level possible. Because, you know, that's what you do in Final Fantasy games. Well, it does. It can matter what level you are. I'll say that. Your level does matter, but as long as you have your character's stats straightened out, then it's significantly easier. Once you understand how the joining system works. A lot of people who do the min-max thing don't really understand how the join system works. They just spam the most powerful spells they have on all the characters in the same way, and they don't realize it does actually matter which spells you use on which characters and what positions. Yeah, you want the highest stats you can have. Your level doesn't really matter. But the higher your level, the higher your stats have to be to compensate in 8. In that respect, 8's kind of like Final Fantasy 2, where it's your stats that matter, not your actual level or type. It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge to work out. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Most people don't like 8 because they don't understand how 8 works. Okay, Ferris Master Dragoon. What does she have next? Well, I guess we'll do Ranger. Why? I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway. They're just casting death spam. And there you go. Death spam it is. Yeah. Now, I don't remember necessarily everything about every Final Fantasy game, because they're all unique. And I don't normally go for, like, specialty runs or min-max runs or, whatever in these games. But I did decide that in this game, for this trip, I wanted to go for, max job on this one. We have all the jobs but max them all out. Ferris is Master Game. Because I think that's a fun way to play this one. Because I want to do the last job. I want to do job 23. And the only way to do that is to actually max out all the jobs. So your stats are as high as possible. Let's see. RPGs. What have I played? What have I played on stream recently? So if you guys go to YouTube, I got a bunch of games I've done partial run-throughs on. I've also got a bunch of games I've done full run-throughs on. I did Legend of Dragoon a while back. Yeah, all of my streams are actually dual streamed on YouTube. Assuming it's still operational. Assuming my YouTube stream's still running and hasn't failed. Yeah, no, it's there. It's got some views. It's still running. Though I think my window's all jacked up. Because I haven't been paying attention to it. Yeah. Stream's fine there. Stream's fine there. But yeah, no, yep, actually, if you just type in, let's see if this is still working. May still be functioning. Or my bots died. My bots may no longer work. Nah, they don't work. Hold on, I'll link it to you. I have 4 channels that, well, 3 I'm using. Let me phrase that. There's 3 channels that I'm using. That I'm actually doing stuff on. I have same name. So you'll see Bad Dragon Plays, which is my there we go. Put that down there. There you go. That's where my games go. That's where I put my video game stuff. I have Bad Dragon TV, where I put clips of TV shows, and I actually post whole TV shows when YouTube allows. And right now we're doing Jack Claire. I think it was in Japanese at the moment. And over on my music channel, so Bad Dragon Music, I do different music videos and albums and stuff. Golden Sun, ages ago. It's been a long time since I played Golden Sun, but yes, I have played it. Been a long time since I did that one. I don't remember if I ever beat Golden Sun, but I have played it. Trying to think. What have I? There's a bunch of games I've got full playthroughs on. But yeah, it's the one I'm doing offline right now, I'm doing recordings for, is Phantasy Star Universe on the PlayStation 2. That's what I'm doing offline recording, but that game, the gameplay isn't annoying, but for some reason that one bothers me when I'm playing it. I think it's the audio. I don't like the audio doesn't, I just don't like the audio, I think that's what it is. So I can only play it like for a couple of hours and then I gotta stop. Legend of Dragoon, there's a full playthrough on my channel. I did that in 23. I also did White Knight Chronicles 1 and 2. That was in 22, 23, I think it was. Or 21, 22. I don't know, I've been doing this for a couple years now. It's been a while. Yeah. I've played a lot of them. Back when I was doing, a couple years ago, back before COVID, I was doing Twitch only. I wasn't doing I wasn't doing YouTube at all. Just doing Twitch streaming. And most of that I did FPS games, co-op games, stuff like that. But I did do a lot of RPGs then too. And I kind of wish I still had the gameplay videos without voiceover, so I could repost those, but It sucks. I don't have them. But that's what it is. Let's see. If memory serves, on my channel I also have Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, but only the main stories. It's got 2 main stories. I've only got that. I haven't done all the side stuff for that because that's like 500 plus hours of gameplay. I just wasn't into that. Good game, but it's a lot of game. It's a lot of gameplay. First time I beat that game, I had over 200 hours, and I had only beaten one of the 2 storylines. It was a mess. Final Fantasy is the first step in a turn-based, and I love turn-based. Yes, turn-based. I still like turn-based better than live action. Now, I will say this: Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and the Star Ocean series they're all live action using an ATB meter for your actual abilities and stuff. It's the same thing with a lot of the Tales games, where you have like, you can do attacks pretty readily, but you have like an ATB meter for like your use of items or spells or whatever. And those games are a lot of fun in their own way. So I do recommend them though. Vesperia and Symphonia. And Arise. Okay, I've beaten Arise, and I've beaten Symphonia 1 and 2. 2 is actually pretty good if you like catching games. It's kind of like it has a Pokemon type mechanic in Symphonia 2. And that was fun. Vesperia. I think I had Vesperia. Same with like Zestra. Grace's F. And a couple of others. But I haven't played any of them seriously. Oh, Brista. I have Brista too. But I haven't played a lot of them seriously. Oh my god, I could barely beat the game once before I would... Tales of Arise, like Legend of Dragoon. Don't get me wrong, I like the gameplay. Love the story. But it was so annoying to me. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I was ready to get to the spaceship. And I was like, if I was not streaming this game, I would have just thrown this game into the bin. I was that tired of it. I was done. But then it's just the spaceship, and all of a sudden everybody's on the moon. I'm like, really? Do we have to completely rip off 3 or 4 different Final Fantasy games right here at the end of the game? Really? I'm just done with this. You know, Arise, the story's pretty good, but it just rips off so many other titles. And the gameplay is just annoying. I tell you why I don't like Tale of Arise. The huge reason why I don't like Tale of Arise is I played and cleared .hack on the PlayStation. The original .hack series. 4 games. Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, Quarantine. I cleared that game on stream. It's in the recordings. It took 46 days to clear that game. 46 streams to clear that game. I was done with that type of mechanic. So done. What does she have? Fine, Ranger. So when I got to Tale of Arise and did the same thing, that's just done. The moon thing, yeah, no. It's a Final Fantasy problem. Everyone wants to be Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy started, did the moon thing first, and literally everybody else has mirrored it since. It's terrible. I'm not a fan. Totally not a fan. The fact that everybody has to copycat, one or two elements from other games, it's really annoying. Now, I will say this. Lunar, while it does use the moon element, really? Thanks. It does use the moon element in both games. It's well done. They do a really good job with how they handle the moon, and it literally is just the last dungeon. It's like one dungeon and a couple of fights, and that's it. In Lunar 1 and Lunar 2, that's it. Done. It's a couple of fights and you're on. It's just the end of the game. That is well executed. It was timely. It was okay. It wasn't like this whole big thing. A lot of games, it's this game. Oh my god, this game here in Final Fantasy V. You're on your planet, then you go to the other planet, and then when you finish that planet, you go to the third planet, which is the first planet and the second planet merged together. And it's like, okay, at least that was a cool effect that they did. That was fun. But Square reused that exact same concept in Chrono Cross. Except in that case, you're crossing dimensions. And Symphonia used that exact same two worlds combined to one thing. It was a mess. The reason I love it is because it connects with the Shion. No, crash on. Okay. Well, to each their own. That's all I have to say about that. To each their own. I can't say I ever remember having a crush on a video game character. But there are some that I like. Well, that's fair, I guess. There we go, we're doing a good job here. Something you gotta understand is that up until I'd say around 1991 with the Genesis and PS2, or not PS2, but the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, characters didn't look like much. So you may connect with the character and their story if the game has story, which when you look at the Nintendo, even going into like the Commodore 64, a lot of the characters really didn't have a story. It was just action platformers and stuff. But once you get to the PlayStation era, PlayStation, Saturn, Nintendo 64, the visuals picked up So characters were interesting. And the the stories can be more complex. And it really matters. I know what you're talking about. I get it. I get it. I fully understand. Alright, let's go. Rest. Why don't we sit here and just do some leveling? The only reason ball exists is because you need this grinding node. That's it. I swear that's the only reason ball exists. I mean, there is this section up here, but that's why I beat the game 4 times. Special connection. Took 7 beat every 3 times. Yeah, so the original Final Fantasy VII, I probably have 4 or 5 clears on it. Chrono Trigger, I might have 2 or 3 clears. Chrono Cross, I don't know if I've ever beat it more than once. This game I've beaten multiple times. 4 and 6 I've beaten multiple times. One, 2, and 3 I've beaten all of them at least once. 8 I probably have a couple of clears on it. But if you want to talk just a sheer number of clears, that would be Pool of Radiance by SSI. I have, I think, north of 200 and something. No, I think I'm over 300 clears in that game now. Yeah, I think that one's over 300 clears. If not, it's close. God, I've played the hell out of that game. I can clear half that game without even looking at a manual. I have played it so many times. Though if I want to go do like some of the specialty dungeons, I have to go look them up. Being made motion connection, fell out of cloud, and Shion. Next to them, personal. Now, a game you might like is Azure Dreams. I don't know if you've heard of it. For the PlayStation 1. I did a partial playthrough a couple years back. It's over on my YouTube channel. But that game you might like. It's a light RPG adventure, but you can, it's kind of like a roguelike, where you go into the dungeon, but you can only take some stuff with you, and you can only take, and your level resets every time you go into the dungeon. But in that one's case, your pets don't reset their levels, but you have to be careful, because you can lose your pet, you can lose your gear, and whatnot. But every time you go through the dive and you come in and go out, you can make connections with other people in town and other characters. And you can get to know other characters in town as you go through the game. And you rebuild the town, but as you do that, you unlock more characters that you can, interact with. And some of them are really interesting characters. Most of which you can actually have the character have a romantic interest in as well. But it's a fun little game. Crowd Master Lance, cool. No one's maxed, right? Okay. That's a good little game. It's kind of hard to find. It shouldn't be too expensive, but it is PlayStation 1, so keep that in mind. So it's a little difficult to find, but it is a good game. I'm trying to think about saying a really good RPG. I'll put it out for you. And there should be a on my channel, I believe there's a playlist for it. It's been a while. I didn't do a full playthrough on it because it's a longer game. There it is. Here's the direct link for that game. Well, if you want a PS2, you can play PS1 games. The only thing you have to do is you have to go out and get a PS1 memory card. I've got one. Yes, PlayStation 2 can play PS1 memory cards. I've got one from old school that I use. I've got a couple of them. There are a couple things you need to know about PlayStation 1 games on a PlayStation 2. First, do not let the PlayStation 2 format your memory cards. The first time you plug in your memory card and you go to format it, have a PlayStation 1 game in there. Let the PlayStation 1 game do the formatting. It has something to do with the third-party memory cards being corrupted by the PlayStation OS because Sony didn't want you to use third parties, so they would corrupt the memory card in such a way that when it formatted it the first time, it actually made it to where part of the memory card wasn't usable or unstable. It's really easy. Put in any PlayStation 1 game. So in this case, Azure Dreams. You would put that in the game. Load the game up normally. It'll tell you, hey, I don't have a memory card. Do you wish to make a game? At that point, you put your PlayStation 1 memory card in slot 1. You tell it to read slot 1 to save your game. And when it goes to save the game, it will say, hey, you need to format this card. You say, yes, please. Let the game format it, and it will format it correctly. And you won't have any problems, or you'll have less problems with your aftermarket cards. It's that easy. Otherwise, you'll lose about a third of your memory card. Your one meg memory card with 15 blocks is actually going to have about 8 to 10 blocks of reusable. The rest of them will fail. But they're cheap. You can get them for about 10 bucks. So it is what it is. I own 3 of them. I have one in each of my 2 PS2s, and I have a spare. It is what it is. But yeah, once you actually format it correctly, you're good to go. And depending on your model of PS2, you can actually set yourself up with a hard drive that you can play games off of. Where you get a, what's it called again? An FCMC? MCS? I'd have to look it up. There's a software mod that you can get for the PlayStation 2 that allows you to play PlayStation 2 games off of a hard drive, which means you can download them and play them. It does not work with PlayStation 1 games, unfortunately, but it does do PlayStation 2, and it can do, depending on the version of the mod you have, it can actually do emulated, so you can load up NES or SNES or whatever games on the soft mod too. But yeah. But PS1 games, you have to play off disk, and you have to let the disk come out, and you're good to go. The only thing you have to worry about on the PlayStation 2 is you have to keep it in region. The 360, I own a 360, but I almost never use it. I got it for the Kinect, because we had a Wii, and I got the 360 because the Wii didn't have games that I want, it wasn't getting any new games that I wanted to play. So I got a 360 for the Kinect, because it was way better than the PS3 in its eye for what I wanted to play. And it didn't have a lot of games that I wanted after a while, so I left that to the wayside and eventually got PS3. And I don't play that much anymore. My PS2 and PS4, I don't play that much anymore. My PS2 gets probably 40 or 50 hours a month that I play on it for different stuff. Some just for me for fun, some that I actually record. And my PS3 and PS4. My PS4 gets booted up once a month for updates and to pick up my PS Plus games that I never play. And my PS3, I can't remember the last time I actually turned it on. Honestly, last time I tried my PS3 might have been Legend of Dragoon. It might have been that playthrough. Come to think of it. It's very possible. That might have been the last time I actually used my PS3. Which is a shame, because I like the PS3. So it was a good console. I just don't have any games right now I want to play on it. And honestly, I don't know the last time I booted up my 360. It's probably got an inch of dust on it. That's how often I use that 360. I don't even know the last time I booted it up. As sad as that sounds. I'm also glad I played Final Fantasy VII. Got me into this series. And new John Jr. I love him. addicted to turn-based. Now don't get me wrong. Turn-based combat is probably one of my favorite combat platforms. It really is. Now, if you're looking for older games that'll give you a nice challenge that are also turn-based, you can look into Star Ocean, Lunar, though that one's going to be expensive because those games are pretty hard to get a hold of. The game's worth it, but they're hard to get a hold of. So Lunar, Star Ocean, Rhapsody. That one's on Steam at least. Phantasy Star is kind of mixed in my opinion. Some of them are good, some of them are just kind of meh. The other ones are pretty okay. Some of the newer ones are a little better. Some are just annoying. But a lot of them have been remade. The Star Oceans have been remade. So they're available. You can get them on Steam. Star Ocean First Departure, which is the first game. Second Evolution is also out there. If you're on console, you have Integrity and Faithlessness. I forget. If you look it up for your consoles, you'll find them. There's a bunch of Star Ocean games out there. Now Lunar, if you have interest in that one, I think I have like a first 20 or 30 minute view of those games on my channel. I think. Now it makes me wonder what I have anymore. Alright, let's have a look. I know I have some that have the music in the series. I think... Oh, Magic Walking School. I need to go finish that game. No, it doesn't look like I actually have them there. Other than some of the music and Magic Walking School. I need to go back and finish Magic Walking School. I really need to finish that game. It's been 2 years. I still haven't finished it. I haven't played them all the way through. I think I have like a short, like 3-minute, like, hey, here's the game. It's cool, go get it. But the thing about Lunar is that Lunar actually has a remastered version coming out next year. You can get it over on Steam or whatever your favorite platform is. That's a modern console. Yeah. Comes out Steam? Save yourself. The Lunar series. I don't think you can pre-order it yet. I'm not seeing it at the moment. Oh, here it is. Lunar Remastered Collection, unknown release date. So, Steam doesn't have a list yet. It should. Hold on. That's a good question. What's it coming out for? The Lunar Remastered Collection. Go to the official website. Blah, blah, blah. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series SX. As well as Steam. For PC. So, it is an amazing game. The Lunar games 1 and 2 are amazing games. And they have an amazing soundtrack. I don't have all of the songs over my music channel, but if you pop over to my music channel, that's the playlist I have. It's not all the songs, it's only a couple of them from one of the discs, one of the albums. The album that is linked to you is a set of the most popular songs from the two games, Lunar 1 and Lunar 2. It's a CD they put out, as well as a few others that I've thrown in for fun. That one might have the opening and closing credits for the two games. I don't remember. But while I'm off for the next 2 weeks, I'm actually going to be recording opening credits, at least, for several games. Yes, it's Lunar 1 and Lunar 2. It does not cover any of the other games in the series. The series is actually 5 games? It's Lunar 1, which is Silver Star Story. Lunar 2, which is Eternal Blue. 3 is Walking School, which I have a partial version of that finished on my YouTube channel. I stopped playing that one because it's not in English, so I have to do it in like 30-minute segments, and then I have to stop playing the game to go translate all of the dialogue. It's annoying. So, and the reason I had to do that is because a lot of the dialogue was not being translated properly. It wasn't being detected properly at the time in YouTube. So, it was a mess. But then you have Dragon's Song, which I own, but I've not played it. And a lot of people said that one's not as good as the others. And I think there's one more. I think there's 5 games total. Now my brain's not working. Cause I really... thinking there's one more? Silver Star, Eternal Blue, Walking School. What's this? Nope. That's Walking School. That is also Walking School. Legend is remaking the first game. Oh, okay, it was a PC game that didn't leave Japan. and wasn't even popular in Japan. So that was about it. So there's only 4. That's 4 actual games published. I hope so. I've been playing games a long time, hon. Long time. First machine that I had to play games on was a Commodore 64 back in 1984. And then we had a Nintendo in '86. And I've played pretty much every game I've been able to get my hands on. Yeah, I mean, I got a few years on you when it comes to me playing games. It started in the '80s. It helps. But it also helps that this genre, the RPG and JRPG genres, are the ones that I've played the most. Which helps a lot. If you wanted me to talk about first-person shooters, we wouldn't have a very good conversation because I don't know much about them. So I don't know much about first-person shooters. I have a couple that I've played, a couple that I like, but they're not my jam. Though lately I've been playing a lot of the roguelike games in recent years. So if you were to be at my channel 4 or 5 years ago, it would have been pretty much all survival and co-op survival and base building type games. That's pretty much all I played. Oh, and we are in trouble. Because we're no longer casting dooms. Thankfully, we're killing things in just a few hits, but I need more dooms. Yeah, 20 years. It's fine. To be honest, if you go to Steam and you look up Dungeons and Dragons Gold Box games, and you find Gold Box number 3, I think it is. Hold on, I'll tell you. Oops. I think it's number 2. I'm sorry. Gold Box number 2. Forgotten Realms Archives Collection 2, or Gold Box 2. Those are the ones I have the most hours in. And some of those I have literally hundreds of clears on. They're not story driven, they're turn based. They're not story driven. Well, they are, kind of. But they're not like this. They're graphically... They're interesting in their own way. But they're also very old. And I screwed up. But they are some of my favorite games. Why? Because they're some of the first games I actually learned to play. I have 2 people who are maxed out. I am killing myself here. What do we got next? I guess you're going for a samurai. Thanks. Like I said, those games are some of the ones I have literally the most hours in. I am not kidding. I have, like I said, Pool of Radiance, I have between 250 and 300 full game clears. I have done many challenge runs. I have done, oh my goodness, I don't even know anymore. I have played that game so many times. It's kind of sickening how many times I've beaten that game. But Curse of the Azure Bonds, which is the second game in that series. Well, I'm north of 100 clears. Secret of Silver Blades, I think I only have about 20 clears on that one, maybe. And pretty much every other game in that series, I can guarantee you I have between 1 and 5 clears. But I have nowhere near the number of clears I have in the others. No. And in some cases, because I just didn't find them as much fun. You know, I found, you know, some of the games are more fun than others. Like Secret of the Silver Blades, I'm not a big fan of it. For a lot of reasons. It's a good game. But it's just, there's a lot of reasons why it's just kind of meh for me. And Pools of Darkness, the Treasure series, Gateway and Treasures of the Savage Frontier. Both of those games and the Kryn games, I just couldn't get into. Gears of War. Now, Gears of War is a good game. Champions of Narath, that's pretty good too. No, those are both good games. Those are both good. I'm trying to think what else is a good series, a good set of games to go by. If you're looking for something new. Trying to think. Since you like turn-based strategy, turn-based combat. Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Amnesia wasn't bad. There are some other ones that are really good. If you like horror games, the Silent Hill series is currently being remade. And those are fantastic. At least they were. My understanding is they still are. Oh, you want one that'll terrify the Jesus out of you? Parasite Eve. That I do have a full playthrough. Last Christmas in my channel. I did that one last year. Did a full playthrough. For Christmas. Oh my god. That one, the first time you play that game, if you're paying attention to it, that one will scare the Jesus out of you. It's got a bunch of terrifying concepts. Ooh. Resident Evil's pretty good. But Parasite Eve makes those two look like a child's fever dream. And that's a good thing. You know, Resident Evil and Parasite Eve are like fever dreams. Parasite Eve is the nightmare come off. It's completely different. Now, the second and third Parasite Eve games, not as good for the horror aspects. They're like more like regular pseudo turn-based action RPGs with a horror tinge. It really doesn't cover that horror feel well. I don't remember which came out first. I gotta look it up. because I remember what year Resident Evil came out. The original Resident Evil came out in 96. The original Parasite Eve came out in 98. However, Parasite Eve was way better done. Yes, it came out a few years earlier, but Parasite Eve it's just a better game. It's fantastic. I don't think it's got to be released yet. Now, if you had PlayStation Plus, so you had a modern PlayStation console, I think it's on there. I know it's on the PlayStation 3 store, so it's probably in PlayStation Plus if you had a PlayStation 3 or 4 with PlayStation Plus, but you don't, so that's not good for you there. But you can look for them. It's on, I think just the PS1. I think it's just the PS1 has Parasite Eve. I think so. PlayStation Vita, PlayStation Portable. So yeah, it's a PlayStation exclusive. But you can't play the PlayStation 1 version on your PS too. And the second game's good too, don't get me wrong. But the second game plays more like a Resident Evil. And the third one, I haven't played it, but I believe there is a English version available on the PSP. I think it is. Hold on. You have to look this one up because it's kind of weird. Parasite Eve. Seriously. Parasite Eve 1 and 2 are named Parasite Eve 1 and 2. However, the third one has a different name. Third Birthday. And it came out on PlayStation Portable only. So, once you got a PSP, that one's not going to do much good. But the first two are PlayStation 1, and they're usually pretty readily available online. So, you should be able to get a copy. That's the one I highly recommend. That's really good. I'm trying to think what's a good game for the platforms you have. I think that's pretty much all the really good ones. There's a lot of mediocre RPGs out there, and there's a lot of games that didn't go over real well because they were just like too samey. It's a lot of that stuff. Alright, it is 11 o'clock my time, and this is when I bugger off for the night. So, I will be back tomorrow evening. Same time frame. I get on 9 o'clock Central. I'm sorry, 9 o'clock Eastern. Since I moved from Central to Eastern, I still have not gotten that right. In over 10 years. Anyway, it's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, US, and I run between 9 and 11. Often I'll be on closer to 8 o'clock, but I'm on by 9. And tomorrow I will be continuing Final Fantasy V. I don't know if I'm going to be grinding or actually playing story. Because our jobs are actually filling out quite nicely. So I might just continue grinding some jobs. Most of tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. That's it. Come back whenever, and I'll be here. I'm also planning on doing some more streams for the next 2 weeks since I'm on holiday. I don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. I'm doing some tests for some of the games that I've got that I want to play, but I haven't settled that one yet. So, but thank you for dropping in. It's greatly appreciated, and have a good night.